Hello folks, Hot Rod Rodney 25, aka Out of Scale Railroad, coming back with a quick update on the Prestonburg area changes. It'll be video part A9, I believe, of my Prestonburg video series 2. You can see that the rock cut is there being a weight right now for stuff being glued down or liquid nailed down. I used the same tunnel portal, only I moved it out. The bridge is still in the same spot, so it hooks up to the 18-inch radius curve. That's going to be the trolley track. And you can see the bridge over there, and I just set that car there, guys. Because it came unhooked from those other ones that I was testing with. But anyway, I did some patchwork just to give it a little more strength on this side, as well as over here on the new part that I just did today. And it took me almost all day, guys, to figure out what exactly I wanted to do. And there goes the clock, of course. And we'll wait here a minute for that to get done as we look at the piece on top of the tunnel portal, which is the peekaboo. It's still the peekaboo. You can see the train back there. Just looks a little further away, which is what I want. And all this has not been repainted yet, guys. You can see the green foam in there. All that will get painted some kind of dark color, and then of course the river will come out of the tunnel portal and go over where all this mess is, over to that green part at that piece of curve track, and that will probably be where it ends. I'm probably going to cover this up and just use that culvert tunnel as drainage to the parking lot, just to give it some realism for someplace if you have a imaginary rainstorm come in. You gotta have drainage, to make it look good, and you can see the daylight, and it'll go over there and it will drain. I will probably put some rock or something around, like a drainage pit right there, just to make it look kind of real, and then it'll go over, drain into the river, and whatever way the river flows, I don't know, but of course the river will end up stopping back here because of the train, and it just don't go no further than that. But anyway, but the bridge is still back there. I made this so there was a hole there to make it look more for a bridge, over top of a river. So that's the reason I made that like that. I cut it out. And then there's a piece in behind the tunnel portal. And all my tunnel portals right now in this section, guys, are removable for access to really probably nothing on this part, but I went ahead and just made it removable. You can just see I put that cut that piece there with the big piece, just to set it on that piece that I glued in there as a backing. And then this piece is the actual side piece to the foam frame itself as the other backing. And then the piece up there on the top is the big piece that I cut out, and it's just glued right there on that corner piece that I glued in there, just enough to have a backing and a stop, and it goes in there just snug how I want it. It won't fall out during vibrations and all that with my trains running. So I think it looks pretty good. It ain't quite in there. There we go. It went in there. It's sticking out just a little bit there, but I don't think that's going to matter. Paint her up. Blend it in. I kind of like the piece on top. It just gives it, looks like the rock was cut out and the tunnel portal cut in. So over here, as you can see, all this stuff is being used as weights. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and remove this bridge before I go in for the night and move this back on that corner that's popping up just a little bit still. Over here, where the piece of rock cut came from, this tunnel portal is removable, and you can see the side piece is being a backing, and then the side piece over here is used as a backing also. So it fits in there pretty snug, just like that. I did cut that off of the big piece, so the cut line is what that's lining up with, and it should be pretty good like that. This one I will not probably take out right now because of there's a little piece up in there, right there where my finger's pointing. That little piece is drying. And basically what that's going to do, that's going to help hold this piece up onto the wall when I do take the tunnel portal out. Now, I've already tried those cars back there coming out of that other tunnel through this tunnel. There's plenty of clearance, so there shouldn't be no reason why my engines will not clear that also. I made it pretty wide, and of course that is an small S curve, and that's to get it out here in front of the air conditioner when it comes around and curves back into an S curve and goes down over to the workbench, off of that switch right there. And of course the other end of the side of the switch, the curve route is coming through this tunnel. To get rid of what you're seeing right there and right there, I'm probably going to try to possibly put some kind of, I don't know what I'm really going to put in there, honestly. But I have some ideas to try to cover up some of it. Basically, it's not really going to matter because these are removable, and I'm going to have to get to what I can get to for derailments or whatever. Basically, instead of having to take this big panel off up here all the time, to get in the derailments. Hopefully I won't have to do that, but there's always that chance. So, but all that inside there will probably get painted. I'll just slap a coat of paint on it from the tunnel. When I take the portal out, I should be able to get the brush in there enough to slop some paint on there. Enough to just darken it up. And you can see I messed up the foam up there, but that won't matter. This does look like it's kind of caving in, but I ain't going to worry about it because it's all drying. So I think it looks pretty good. I'm liking it. It's better than the old Prestonburg. This is actually getting the tunnels and tunnel portals and stuff done. I know it looks kind of square. It is what it is on this level. I mean, there's not much I'm really going to do about it, but I do kind of like, because this one's on this side and this one's on this side. It just makes it look like a train coming out of one, on this side and another side, even though it's the same switch that's actually switching like that. So anyway, that is the new other part of Prestonburg. Up here there will probably not be too much mountain, because when I take this, put this piece of plywood on and have that access panel, I got to be able to get down in here to that screw and that switch, that screw on that curve, which also has a jumper feeder on it from one side to the other. I don't know why I did that, just to power it. But I gotta have access in there, and that's the reason there's a big cut right here. So I won't be able to, put anything up here unless I make it something removable, which I could do, I guess. But I also gotta watch coming around the curve and coming off the bridge, because I think the curve is going to have to be somewhere right here, and it's going to be near the edge. But with a trolley running on it, it's not going to be a big concern, because a trolley ain't going to be hauling anything in front or behind it. So it should pretty much stay on the track with no problem. I'll probably add, some trees or rock cut or something up here in front of it, or, maybe over here in behind on the little piece that I filled in, which is right from here to there, in between the wall and the piece. Because the way I cut the stuff up, which you can see it's all over the place, I didn't take it in consideration that I was going to have to cut out for the switch and end up falling short back here at the wall and having to add the piece. But I liquid nailed it all together. I put skir sticks in the piece, into the bigger piece. Liquid nailed it all together. Put another scrap piece up underneath to hold it on the wall. And Then this piece was all one piece, and of course I put this piece in the opposite direction of what I should have put it in, but it's working. It's fine. So, which is good. Or I'd be, a little aggravated, but I sealed it up, put skir sticks down into this piece, liquid nailed it on the bottom, the top, all together, and this is loose, and this one got cut off of this, which is what this line is supposed to be over with this one, but I turned it upside down without realizing it after I glued it and put the skir sticks in. So it's working. That's all that matters. This one you can see it's cut crooked, but it goes together just fine. Once I get rocks or stone or whatever I decide to put on here as a wall, which will probably be a stone wall, again, I'm not sure, but everything, I'm going to try to blend everything in. The stone will come out beyond the tunnel portal, but I'm going to leave it so it still can come out, just because everything else is removable too. These two back here are removable, but once I get the plywood on here, I'm not going to get them out. So, but they're snug. I mean, they're not going to fall forward or backward. So, I mean, they're not real tight. They're just snug in there enough to hold them, and that's all I need. But I'm starting to like how Prestonburg's coming together, especially the pass through, and it has the trolley bridge up on top. Now, I keep thinking that I should build some kind of truss, looking trestle in the middle where the Prestonburg letters are, but make it a see-through type thing out of skir sticks or craft sticks or anything like that. If I could figure out how to do it, I'm not as good as Vinny or any of those other guys. So I'll see what I can come up with. Maybe I can find something and use, or kit bash something, scratch build something. I don't know, but this right here is probably going to be one of my favorite scenes, where it comes out of the tunnel, passes through, and back in the tunnel and disappears. So, and more than likely it will probably be coming this way. All depends on what way the priority is. There will be reverse places on the layout where the priority might reverse. I don't know. I'm going to have enough stuff to deal with, so I did get another automatic reverse circuit board with a delay setting, so that's what this is going to be for this trolley. My other one will probably be for the trolley that's going to be up here on the upper passenger level. At least I'm thinking I'm going to have a trolley up there also. Now, if that changes, I don't know. But that's sort of my idea, to have nothing but Pastner stuff up on the upper level, plus like a museum. Down here, speaking of museum, I don't know if I'm still going to make underneath of this rock cut a museum or not. I may take some engines that do not run no more and just set some track in there and put some engines in there just to make a small historic museum, where they'll go through the rail trail and they can rail fan or go to look at the historic engines. But that's pretty much for this update, guys. I hope you're enjoying the videos. I'm trying to make them sort of interesting. Sometimes, I just ramble on, but I think right here is going to be the most interesting area on the layout. The peekaboo of Prestonburg River. And over here is going to be one of my favorite places, because I've never had a pass-through for my HO scale stuff. My dad did. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it was a pass-through, though. It was more like a bridge above our old doorway up at our old layout, where we would walk in. He had his stuff up on the shelf, and I had some of mine on the shelves with him, with his, and it was going across through a tunnel on top of the doorway rather than a pass-through. But he's the one that had the pass-through, I think, mostly. But now I've got one. There's going to be more than one of these on my layout, and I'm sure there'll be quite a few peekaboos in areas, wherever I can find a place to put them. But anyway, guys, this video is getting kind of long, so I'm getting ready to go in. It's about 11:30 here in Maryland, so it's time to go to bed and do some more tomorrow if I'm not outside doing something. The wind keeps blowing, and I just don't feel like getting anything else started outside. So I've been coming in here and working some. So that's going to be about it for this video. Like, share, subscribe, comment down in the section below. Ding the bell icon for so you don't miss any videos on this channel. And like I say, this is part A9 of my Prestonburg area video series 2, version 2. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching.